Hey y'all, this is Santasha. So today I am going to be using the featured ingredient in all of this is the Love Your Hair Beauty Supply raw shea butter. That's their jar. Right. So this is the feature. All this is I got Ayuverdic powders, carrier oils, more carrier oils, and I'm just gonna basically hype up this Ayurvedic this shea butter into an Ayurvedic butter. And here is my mango butter. I'm gonna add a little mango butter. I'm gonna add a little avocado butter, and we're just gonna make this into a super duper hair butter, body butter, whichever one you want to use it for. Use 4 ounces of shea butter, an ounce of avocado, and an ounce of the mango butter. This is kind of like my first time mixing butters together, so if you want to, you can use just shea butter, or you can mix a little other butters in there. I'm really kind of mimicking some products that I really like and just combining everything into one. So whichever butter you use. And remember, when you boil your butters, this is how I'm going to do mine. When you're melting down butters to add other oils and powders into them, you want to do the double boiling method. So over to the side I have my little pot of water, and this is what I'm actually going to put my butters in. So I'm going to use the total 4 ounces from the Love Your Hair Beauty Supply. I'm going to use all 4 ounces of their shea butter that's in this jar. And remember, 4 ounces of raw shea butter only costs $5. However, if you get the raw shea butter and the raw soap, you get both for $8, which means you only pay $1 an ounce. And that's about how much mango butter I'm going to use. Avocado butter. Remember, you can use shea butter on your hair alone if you like. You don't have to mix it with all these different things. You can use it alone. You use it as a pre-poo to seal in your ends. You can use it. I already showed y'all how to use it as a, that's a lot. And this is how much I'm going to use for the of the avocado butter. I'm letting that sit over there and melt down, and then I'm going to come back when I'm ready to add in the oils. Remember, like when we melt down this butter, the reason why we're using it, doing it the double boiler way, is so that it can form back. If we were to just take it and just melt it down, it may not form back into a nice solid like we want it to. Or a creamy solid is what we're going to be going for versus a liquid. So now we're just going to let that melt down. That won't take very long, and I'll come back when I'm ready to start adding goodies to the shea butters. Hey y'all, so I'm back. If you notice any changes, I took that hair down and my ponytail kind of was all wiggity whack. So I just said I'll just throw a beret on so I can look halfway presentable. So you see my oils, they are melted down. Add my carrier oils, and I have quite a bit of carrier oils. And this will be an important step to remember about the cornstarch. If I make it too oily, I can add a little cornstarch, probably about a teaspoon. I can add that into there to make it not so oily. So I'm going to be adding a tablespoonful of castor oil. And you know castor oil is add a tablespoon of the grapeseed oil. I'm only going to add a teaspoon. I had asked my husband to buy me some olive oil one time, and he went out to Sam's, and I haven't needed to buy olive oil for quite a while. A teaspoon of the almond oil. And then I'm going to get down into the more, I call them the more expensive oils. The jojoba, evening primrose, argan oil. I'm only going to add a half a teaspoon, and vitamin E oil also. I'm only going to add a half a teaspoon of these. Mix that up, just kind of stir it up a little bit and let it cool. Now, depending on who you talk to, some people, I'm going to add an essential oil into there. And some people will say to go ahead and add your essential, I'm going to add 2 essential oils, tea tree and lemongrass. Some people will say add it now. But from what I've learned is you add it later when the product is cooled, because you don't want to destroy the properties of the essential oil. So I'm going to add that much later during the whipping process. So I'm going to let this cool down. Alright, so I went ahead and got my oils out of the freezer. They are not cold at all. They are not hot at all. If you kind of look at the glass, you can see how it is actually starting to solidify a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead on and pour them over in the bowl for the mixer. I'm going to go ahead and add my aloe vera gel, and I'm actually going to put 1 tablespoon for that moisture. Add more added moisture. This is moisture, moisture, moisture. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Also, you all can hear, I'm just going to tell you this right quick, that I'm going to add the mixtures into the oil while they're in the mixer. And I'm going to be adding a half a tablespoon of the Ayuverdic powders. And what I have here, I have burdock root, slippery elm, marshmallow root, capitone powder, methi powder or fenugreek, and bringing raw powder. I'm debating whether to add the hibiscus or not. And those are the powders I'm adding. And I'm going to be adding just half a tablespoon of each of my powders. Alright. Whipping, we're just going to add our final ingredients, which are the essential oils, tea tree and lemongrass is what I'm using, and I'm also going to add some grapefruit seed extract. So I'm going to put about 10 drops of the lemongrass. Eighth a teaspoon of the tea tree. A half a teaspoon of the grapefruit seed extract. There's the mix up close. Pour over. Into my container. Let's admit, this is the darkest product I've seen. But I think it's because, you know, the hibiscus is red. The bringing raw powder is a really dark green. So that's why this Ayurvedic powder mix is very dark. Yep, that red hibiscus just set it off like that. But once it's solidified, I'll come back and show it to you and show you, well, I'll let you know how it feels, and I will also use it on my hair. And remember, the key ingredient in this product is the Love Your Hair raw shea butter. You can get that from rewhipping.com, or you can check them out on Facebook at Love Your Hair 2012. Alright, I'll see y'all when the product has solidified. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey y'all, so I'm back and I'm finished with my remember, I used the raw shea butter from Love Your Hair Beauty Supply. And remember, this 4 ounce is $5. If you get the 4 ounce along with the 4 ounces of raw African black soap, you get both for $8. And I just want to show you my final product. It's kind of chocolatey looking color. I kind of like that. But the color mainly came from the hibiscus powder and also the Brigham raw powder. Some of the other hibiscus powders I used were pretty dark in color, so that's where that came from. And this is the final product. That's the consistency of that. It's really, see, you scoop it right on out. It's probably going to form a little bit more, but it's not. What I'm getting ready to do now, this will be the end of the series for the Love Your Hair beauty products, the shea butter and the raw shea butter and the African black soap. So remember to check them out. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.